Hi, good morning all. How are you? In today's session, we will learn about BNS and we will compare it with our previous criminal act, which is Indian Penal Code 1860. We know that 1860, Indian Penal Code 1860, we used for 2 centuries, which was brought by Lord Macaulay and which was even after India achieving its freedom continue to use, and we applied IPC in handling the criminal cases. And when the present government came into force, they thought of bringing a new change to adapt with the new scenario. So they have brought this Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which came into force from July 2024. So whatever cases which were registered before July 1st, 2024, which were dealt with by applying Indian Penal Code, and whatever cases which came registered after July 1st, handled with applying BNS. So we will see what are the major changes. The first thing is, when we look at the sections, we will see that under IPC there were 511 sections, but when we look at BNS, we will see that there is only 358 sections under BNS. So what is that drastic change? Whether the BNS has omitted any of the sections which were criminalized in the IPC, or if there is any offenses were taken out. Let's see all those things. Actually, if you will see the change in the definition clause itself. In IPC, if you want to look for any definition, like if you want to look for the definition of a document or something like that, then you have to turn the pages from 8 to section 8 to 52A. So the definitions were scattered all over IPC. So this become more organized now. So for you, if you want to check for any section, a definition section, you can only just like looking at section 2, you can find it out. So section 2 can be used as a definition clause for under BNS. So that is the first change. Second one is the language has updated. So we know that over the years, even the language has changed. So some of the language like lunatic or like insane, these terms have been replaced with like the term which can match with the present scenario. Like these lunatic and insane become a person of unsound mind. And also, like if you look at the term used about mentioned about the minor become child. So anyone who is under the age of 18 is considered as child in BNS. So apart from these, we can see many gender equality. So in some places, there was like we feel like gender discrimination was there. For some offenses, there was only mentioning about women or men, that become more neutralized now. But also, we can see that a new punishment has been introduced in BNS, which is more acceptable and adaptable to present scenario. That is community services. Now, community services is become a punishment under BNS. So, what is it actually? We know that if a person, first time petty offender, if he commit a small offense like theft and he's returning back the property, or if a person trying to make a public officer compelled to do some work by threatening suicide or making a defamation commentary, then there wasn't any particular law under IPC to punish those. The judge had only one option, to find that person or to send him to jail for simple imprisonment. So that is taken away. Now under BNS, we have this new section, a new punishment called community service, through which we can see that the jails are no longer overcrowded, and even sometimes if these petty offenders are sent to jail, we don't need to expect him back as a big criminal. Like sometimes maybe he's committing only a petty offense, but even after reaching the jail, he may turn out to be a big criminal. So this also gets avoided by applying this new way of punishment, which is called community services. Also, they have enhanced the punishment for hit and run and gang rape. Hit and run, now it is punished up to 10 years. And if it is informed to the authorities, it can be up to 5 years. So this is here the punishment has enhanced. Then also for the gang rape, the punishment has increased to life imprisonment. Also, there are some new sections. We know that there were 19 sections were repealed from IPC and 20 new sections were included in new BNS. So one among them is mob lynching. Now, we know that in the present world scenario, there are many changes are happening, and we see many people are getting killed because of mob lynching due to because of their caste or community or something. Like this is a really disturbing thing is happening in the society. So in order to curtail those crimes, mob lynching was introduced is introduced as a crime under BNS, and this is mentioned under section 103 clause 2 of BNS. Then also there is punishment and new section which is added for organized crime. Organized crime is also divided into two types, like petty organized crimes and organized crimes. Organized crimes means those who like it is called the big fishes, like those who are in the higher position in the society. They are committing kidnapping or land grabbing. Such offenses, they are punishable under BNS. And also, if there is in a society small crimes are happening, like chain snatching or local gundas are coming and making issues, then there is petty organized crimes. So these two kinds of organized crimes also handled under BNS. Then deceitful marriage. We know that under deceitful marriage, a person is hiding his identity to get involved with a lady and pretending that he is actually marrying her, whereas he is not marrying, he's actually committing the cheat. So there is this is also punishable under BNS. Now we'll see what are the sections which were repealed from the previous Indian Penal Code. The first one is adultery. Before we know, under IPC 497, adultery is an offense. Now it is not an offense anymore. And also the sedition. Sedition was the term itself was giving so much confusion, and it was mentioned under 124A. But the present BNS repealed this section and introduced under 152A, 152 another section which says that endangering sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. The acts which are endangering the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India are punishable under BNS. Also, it repealed the unnatural offences which are mentioned under section 377. We know that under when in 2018 Supreme Court ruled the Navjot Singh Johor's case. That time itself it was said that under this section 377 should be taken out, and when BNS was introduced, this section is taken out now. So also, if we see that nowadays it is a digital era, and we are seeing many of our documentation in digital form. So documents here under BNS includes the electronic and digital documents. So new changes are adopted in BNS. Also, we can see to cope up with the present scenario, the movable property is become even intangible property also included in movable property, like copyright, trademark, everything is included. These are very essential in today's era. So these are part of BNS now. And also victim compensation become mandatory under BNS. So the judge will conduct a special section for the victim compensation in each case, and they will say, and the decision will be for granting victim compensation. And also when we make these trials under BNS and when we include the digital way of trial, everything like filing a complaint or collecting evidence, everything is digitalized now. So it is very easy and it is quick for decision making for the judges. So when the judgment should come according to BNS, after completion of trial within 45 days, the judgment has to be pronounced by the judge. So this is the timeline for the judgment. So these are the major changes we can see which happened after enacting BNS in 2024, July 2024. So I will come with another interesting topic to see you all. Thank you this time.